This meeting is being recorded.
That's how I know. That's how I know. I found it. I think it. I said it. I did it. I meant it. I felt it. I love it. I feel it. I love it. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it. I'm fingers. Cheese grits at full season. Very squeezing. For no reason. So champagnes to achieve this. Yo.
What up, bro?
I'm good. How you doing, G?
Chilling, man. I'm good.
Good, we're good. What's up, Mark? I see you in the back. Hey, what's up? What's up, little one?
Hi.
Looking just like Pops. Golly. My boy. Yeah, I got my boy A in here today.
Okay.
I also got my boy Mark in here too. Mark is I met him through Trey.
Got you. Okay, bet.
And he like exactly what Trey is. He do that, and he do a little bit more too. Like he do the graphic design and stuff like that too. Like he crazy with it.
Yeah, I was thinking about getting more into like what you call it, photo editing and video editing too, just for my business purposes.
I mean, the beauty of it is like Canva, bro. Like it gets you set up so easy, bro. Like you don't got to do too much. You just swap some pictures and put your own words on it, and it's already set up for you. It already look nice.
That Canva.
Yeah, man. But yeah. I mean, I understand too. Like at the same time, everybody don't have like that eye. So like people still be messing up. I was like, oh, like, you know, where you make this at? Oh, this on Canva. I was like, how you do that?
It's already set up for you to.
How you do that? Like it's not even. Yeah. So I get it. Everybody, you know.
Yeah, that's why I be my flyers for the weekends or whatever. But
yeah, no, you can have some interesting flyers every so often too. So
yeah,
I'll be looking.
I'll be trying different stuff, man. Trying to see what works.
Matter of fact, to be honest with you, what we're gonna go over today, is gonna help you make better concept flyers and stuff too, in a way too, because we're gonna be building what I call that core Fanatic. So yeah, we're gonna get into it. My boy, hey, how you doing over there, bro?
Hey, what's good, bro? I'm chilling, you know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Cool.
In the virtual flesh.
Say what? Yeah.
Damn, well, blue is the color, huh?
I ain't mad.
All sorts of.
Oh, it changed it. Oh.
Change it.
Hey, I gotta get like that. I need a button. You know what I'm saying? He got a button. I gotta go through.
You know what's crazy?
I don't got no button. I just got the one little
changing.
Yeah.
I got you. I thought you had pushed the button on me. I was like, hey.
Oh nah, I ain't that fly yet. I'm working on it though,
man. Hold on real quick. I'm sending out the link to a couple other people. People rolling in still.
Let's see.
Yeah, but how's y'all weekend?
It was great. Recharged. So like I was on a 3-day weekend pretty much. You know, I usually Friday and Saturdays off, but I had like all 3 because they shifted my schedule. So yeah, I was enjoying that 3-day. Trying to recuperate.
I feel it. I feel it. What about you, Scott? How was your week? Hold on real quick. My bad.
Busy. Talking about non-stop moves between refereeing and being a DJ, bro. I've been non-stop.
You said one more time?
That between being a referee and DJing, I've been busy, man.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Audio.
Like how much DJ you been I mean not DJing, but things you've been refereeing, like games.
They'll have me doing Monday, Tuesday, and like a Thursday.
Okay.
And then roll right into DJing or something on a Friday and Saturday. So
yeah. Now I see that. Yeah, because is it intramurals right now that you are refereeing?
No, I'm doing high school.
Oh, okay. All right, you getting the real bag now.
Yeah. I had to get off base, man. They were tripping on the stage, and yeah, it was unorganized. So.
I know how that is. Cause the type of not that we wasn't getting paid, because we definitely was getting paid, but it was kind of like, all right, let me hand you your check versus like like professional. Like it was. I didn't mind because like it was just all fun to me anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it's still fun. I just get paid more, and I get paid.
Right. How much you get paid for the high school?
100 a game. On base, it was like $18,
$20,
$20.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's the most. Yeah, but yeah, $100. Yeah, that's that work right there. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah, man. That's where it's at. If I would have knew that, like I wouldn't.
You would have did it a lot sooner.
Yeah, I probably would have did on base for like a year just to get started, some knowledge.
Right.
Got a buffer there, but it's all good. Live and you learn.
For sure. Shout out to my bro Joseph. I have we linked like it was like a couple of months ago where we had a dope conversation, and we ran into him again at work today, and I sent him a link. He in the chat. I don't know if he can speak or nothing, but I see you, bro.
Hey, what's going on? Glad to be here, man.
Absolutely. So yeah, we can go ahead and get started. It may be some people that trickle on in, but if so, it is what it is. If not, they catch on up. But yeah, so I want to first thank everybody for coming in. For most of you that's in the chat right now or in this particular session, this is I just want to give you guys kind of like a preview of what I've been working on. This is a program called Brand Like an Artist, and the goal is to turn, everybody in here is entrepreneur in some form or fashion, and my goal is to turn your ideas into income by creating what I call a signature offer. And what is a signature offer? This is something like, if you had an artist and you had a classic album, like this is your blueprint. This is your get rich or die trying. This is your Carter, like what people know you as for your, particular business. So throughout this process, I have a particular formula and a way of how I'm able to not only help you develop your signature offer, but also identify your core ideal client, which is what we're going to be doing today. Also, identifying, are you using the right vehicle in order to get there? So this is literally the third session. Yep, the third session of the 8-week process. This is week 2. And if you guys, find this process something that you want to, continue, we could definitely talk about it towards the end. I'll let you guys know for sure. The first run that I've been doing with this particular program is it's only 1K. But moving forward after this, I'm going to use these particular sessions. This is going to be the modules. So when I re-release it as a high ticket, it'll be about 7,500. But not only that, but beyond that, it has so much like dope information, and I want to help, you know, as many people as I can do this thing the right way. Like I was talking to Joseph today, and we was talking about the difference between having power and having authority. Like it's different when you hot, and it's different when people are like looking for you for a particular thing. But like when you have authority and your authority in your particular space, and you got actual like that infrastructure set, things of that nature, it goes a long way. Not only it goes a long way, but you be able to help a lot more people because you're able to duplicate the same result every single time. So that's my goal here today, is to utilize all of the information that I invested, somewhere around 90K, something like that, to get all of this information throughout the last few years, but also just through experience as well. When I've been working with, you know, artists, producers, songwriters, anybody really, in some form or fashion. You know, like my goal is to help elevate everybody's concepts or ideas that they have for their business. So I want this to be an interactive, an interactive session. I'm definitely going. It's going to be like a cipher. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I'm gonna say a little something that somebody else can jump in. They got a couple bars or whatever the case may be, and especially for today, it's definitely gonna be interactive. So feel free to, you know, take yourself off mute. You won't be interrupting. If anything, like I'll welcome it. And yeah, we could get straight into the material. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share my screen. And can y'all see?
Yep, I got you.
Yeah.
Perfect. So yeah, like I said, you know, welcome to the Brand Like an Artist blueprint. This is the workbook, and the first thing I'm going to do is boom, anyone with the link. So I'm going to put the link in the chat. You guys can either look on as I share the screen, or you guys can kind of like, you know, follow along yourself, and you can start, you know, when I'm asking some of these prompts, you fill them out yourself and stuff like that too. So we'll go ahead and get started.
Hey,
So,
Pat, it worked this time.
yeah, I was like, wait, what happened? Because I was on my phone when you was texting me. I was like, oh, it should work because I sent you the link, but this was the part, that general access. I had to figure out how to do it on the phone version. So, but yeah, we in there.
Yep, let's go.
Yes, sir. So let's do it. So yeah, this is the core Fanatic section of the program. I'm here in track 2, because this is track 2. We will create and get to know our own Fanatic, as if we were interviewing someone in the Beehive to get to know Beyonce's Fanatics. But instead, it's for our own ideal market and who we want to attract. So we're going to be working backwards to find out who our personal core Fanatic story is, their pain points, what keep them up at night, their common interests. And I also will introduce the Dream 100 concept, and we'll create a profile to embody the character of this core Fanatic. So like, this is the goal, right? So we're gonna go through as much material today. We won't get through all of it because it's pretty extensive, but it's gonna be fun at the same time. But after the end, when we get all of this information that we build in this profile up, what we're actually going to do is we're going to create a whole new Instagram, and it's going to actually be who this person, like our avatar is, our ideal client. They're going to have a name, they're going to have a personality, they're going to have like, you know, different things that they, you know, watch, and we're going to subscribe and follow all these different pages and stuff on the Instagram. So when you see the feed, you're like in the mind of your ideal client. And also like kind of like how my person, when I'm doing my own branding and stuff like that, how like in the background of hold on, let me stop share. In the background, how I got like the animated person, the animated version of myself. We're gonna create that for your core Fanatic too. So like it's going to embody this whole person that we're going to be based, like we're going to base our whole business off of, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm gonna go through a couple things. Definitely come off mute. We gonna cipher this thing up. It's gonna be a back and forth, and yeah, we're gonna get this thing going. So yeah, by doing this, we'll create every post, every program, every product, and every comment will be made for this new person that we be serving and turning up. So yeah, before we get into the actual material, right, we're gonna do a small recap. And if you want to do any edits as we're talking, the way that you'll do that, because you won't have like access to uh mess with this at all, what you'll do is you'll go to file, make a copy. You'll make a copy and save it, and then you'll be able to make your adjustments. So boom, this is what we talked about last week. We talked about the definition of the be do have concept. And for those that don't know, in order to have a result, you have to become the person that does the activity to have that particular experience. So we talked about how to do that. We also talked about the 5 questions to consider in order to identify who you need to be and who you need to become, and what needs to be done to receive your desired result. So one of the things one of the questions was, if you ask the accomplished version of yourself that's like 5 or 10 years ahead, where like, okay, this person made $1 million, this person made 500K, this person has a thriving business, or he's successful in whatever, right, that we deem success to be. What did that particular person do in order to attain that success? That was one of the questions. So I can send you guys like the questions if you guys want it. Just let me know. But moving on. The next one is we talked about identity and why identity is important in your business and pushing the needle forward. We also talked about personality types and building our own businesses around our strengths. Scott, we're gonna come back to that personality section later on in the next thing that we because it's like we building upon it, but this is a little bit something different, but we're gonna come back to it.
Let me pull it up.
Yeah, so we also talked about using the right vehicle to get to where you need to go financially. So what does that mean? So we had the 30K conversation, which is the next one too. But basically the 30K conversation is I had somebody ask me, is it easier to make 30K in a year, or is it easier to make it in a month? And it really had me thinking. I was like, think about what it takes to make 30K in a year. Most people would have jobs, or they're doing some type of work, or whatever the case may be. And think about how many times, like how much effort, sometimes they got to clock in, how many times just the effort that it takes to make 30K in a year versus if you're making it in a month. Now you have to do something totally different that is not dependent on selling your time for money, or selling like a lower ticket offer, or whatever the case may be. So with that being said, how can we create something that is valuable enough where people will pay for an experience that is like high ticket, so you can get to wherever you're trying to get to a lot more faster, a lot more quickly, especially with your capability. So like, for instance, if you have a $5,000 product, you only got to make 6 sales in a month to make that 30K. If you had a $10,000 offer, then you only need 3 clients to make that 30K. So we talked about, a little bit about, using the right vehicle, because a lot of times we kind of get started, and let's say you want to make, 6 figures in a year, right? Does anybody know how much money you have to make in a month in order to make that 6 figures? Like, when I mean 6 figures, I mean 100,000.
Around 8,500.
Right. So it's about approximately about $8,333 every single month just to keep pace. So if you want to make $100,000, how can we, create a pathway and a strategy together in order to complete that and make that a reality, right? So a lot of times we get started with, well, I'm gonna make, I'm gonna sell $100 logo, I'm gonna do a $50 flyer, or I'm gonna, do a $200 gig, or I'm gonna do, I'm gonna sell a $25 beat, not knowing that, like, if you sell something for $25, that'll take like 336 sales in order to hit that mark. And do we have the capability of doing that? Probably not. Even if we did, we probably don't want to do it that way anyway. So yeah, it's all about using the right vehicle to try to get where you want to go. And Scott, what is the biggest thing that you like, you took from the last live show for the people that didn't make it?
Man, it's gonna sound, I guess. Well, no, we on the subject. So what I learned was I need to up my prices, because if we're talking about a 6-figure salary, the amount of work I would have to put in to get there is crazy.
It's not realistic, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. It's not realistic.
Yeah, we starting off on a bad foot, and the beauty of it is that, like, the same effort that it takes somebody to pay you, let's say $2,000 to DJ an event or whatever the case may be, will be the exact same effort that it'll take for you to sell somebody like a $500 experience. And the reason why I know that is because, like, I personally done it myself.
The reason I know that is because I do it every weekend. It's when I take, and this is what I mean, it's more work for me to do a 5-hour DJ session in a club than it is for me to do a 3-hour, 4-hour wedding reception.
Yep. And they paying, and I'm pretty sure the pay is a lot different too.
Oh yeah, the club's not paying nowhere near what a formal event private party is.
Absolutely. So now it's all about doing the right things, because there's a lot of times, they teach us how to, do what everybody else is doing, but it may not be the right thing.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the right thing? The right thing is doing things that actually make sense, of like having an end goal, like deciding, okay, I want to make $100,000 in my business this year. How do I create, offers where, like, I can make that $8,333? Like, if you're doing $500, you're getting paid $500 a weekend, and maybe not even that to spend at the club, you'll never get there.
Hey man, relax.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, not saying that can't be part of the formula, because it can be part of it. Yeah. But if that's the only thing, that you're doing in order to get there, then we probably gotta, rethink a different strategy. So that's a good realization, because I had that too after that 30K conversation that I had. So where are we currently in the program? So we've completed week 1. In week 1, we did onboarding, and we also did a mindset mastermind. We completed that, and that's the B portion of the program, which is the identity piece. Now we are on the core Fanatic. I had this core Fanatic section a little bit different, like it was a little bit further down the program at one point, but I was like, no, like, it needs to be the first thing we do, because once we identify who that is, then everything else will kind of fall into play. So like, everything that we'll be offering, the content and all of this stuff, it'll be based off of this particular person anyway. So why not do this first and set this as the foundation? So yeah, we'll be doing this again on Wednesday at 8:30. And these are some of the things that we get into. We had an intro, the vocab definitions. Then we're going to build the core Fanatic profile. We probably won't get to the Dream 100 and the core Fanatic exercise. We probably say that for Wednesday. But yeah, I want to get straight into it, so I didn't have like another piece. So yeah, this is track number 2, core Fanatic. So introduction. entrepreneurs must not only understand their messaging, but they also must know exactly who they're servicing. You must know what your core fanatics' pain points are, what their life experiences are, what they value, what their interests are, how they communicate, and how they communicate with one peer. This exercise will help you focus in on all of your products, services, and content for one person, which will keep your approach focused as much as it should be, right? So we're gonna do like a little popcorn. I only got like 5 definitions. So somebody read me the definition of what the core fanatic is.
The core fanatic is the persona, the ideal client, and the profile of who your business is centered around.
Absolutely. So did anybody have any questions or needed some clarification on what the core fanatic is?
I mean, looking at that definition and just breaking it down, that's pretty much your core audience, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Instead of saying like, core audience, we just single it down to one person, because really by identifying one person, you're really talking to many.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, if you're talking to the crowd, you're talking to nobody.
Right. So like for instance, if like, because I'm getting a grasp of who my core fanatic is as well. So like for instance, if I say something like what happened to the last security guards, everybody on this call probably know where that reference come from.
Facts.
does anybody not know where that reference come from?
Oh,
To the last security guard.
I feel like I do, but
boy.
Now, if I say the top flight security of the world, like, would you know what that means?
Mm-hmm.
True.
So that's from the same movie. So like, basically, like my core fanatic is someone who's immersed in like not only hip hop and Black culture, but they also grew up around the same time that I did. So we watched the same movies, we watched the same TV shows, we listened to the same albums, we listened to the same singles and things of that nature. So like when I say, like if I say like a joke and I like make a reference, like I remember when me and A, we used to watch, certain stuff all the time. And like with let me think of something we used to reference. Oh, you're gonna go to college and you're gonna be in debt by 30,000. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you from New York, you probably know what I'm talking about too. You know what I'm saying? So when you speak directly to that experience, now it's easy to relate to that person you're trying to target. And now it's easier to create an experience that's tailor-made for that one person that's seen those 2 movies. That makes sense?
Yep. I got you.
Cool. So the next one, somebody read me the next definition.
Let's see. The things, pain points are the things that bring your core fanatic pain in life, the things that stress them out on a daily.
So what would if you had to reword that, what would that mean to you, A?
Things that's just like the things that stresses, it's just relatable stresses, like it's almost like a trauma bond.
Okay. Yeah, and what would be like an example in your opinion what a pain point would be for somebody?
Well, I know for me and for plenty of other people who might have, like Kanye West when he did College Dropout. So many people can relate to so many of those songs, if not all of them. So everybody wish they could fly away on a spaceship, just things like Absolutely. That. So I feel like that's kind of relating to.
Absolutely, like literally, that whole album was a pain point, bro. Like, let me look up that because I don't want to mess up his lyrics. I know it, like I know it when I hear the song, but you know how they go when you be put on the spot. Yeah, but I'm gonna make a perfect like correlation to even like the core fanatic and the pain points, right? So and this is on his song called Spaceship on College Dropout. Yeah, he said writing my rhymes, playing my mind, this fucking job can't help him, so I quit. Y'all welcome. Like that, everybody kind of like that ever had like an opportunity to like quit their job, or opportunity where like it was in a particular job where like that manager was just like on them. They felt that, you know what I'm saying? And then not only that, but hold on. Back. I got my boy Split. He just hopped in. Let me go ahead and send hold on one second. Copy link address. So he can see it too. Oh. All right, cool. But as he's connecting, right? Yeah, he was like, what he say? Y'all don't know my struggle. Y'all can't match my hustle. You can't catch my hustle. You can't fathom my love, dude. Lock yourself in the room doing 5 beats a day for 3 summers. That's a different world, like 3 summers. I deserve to do these numbers. Like, how many times have y'all like?
Oh,
Hold on real quick.
hey.
What you listening to, bro? Yo. Okay.
Hey man, black people, boy. He a vibe. He definitely a vibe all times.
My boy trying to
Split, boy. That's my brother, y'all. That's my boy. But yeah. Going back to this verse, like when you say that's a different world, like Cree Summers. If you like, that's going directly into the experience of that black person. You know what I'm saying? Because like if you watch A Different World, you know what I'm saying? Like you relate to that, but not only that, like how many of y'all like work so hard on something to get a particular result? So like that's what leaning into your pain points can do to relate to you guys, to kind of you know, have those moments where people like cling on into, you know, whether you doing comedy, whether you rapping, whether you playing music, you know, DJing or whatever the case may be. When you're making content to relate these people, this is like the cheat code in order to make that happen. All right, the next one, story. Somebody, I ain't gonna go too much on the last ones, but because we got a lot of material to go through. Somebody read me definition of story.
Backplot of the core fanatic that creates the motivations and reasons why they perform the social behaviors they exhibit.
Perfect. So like these are just like my definitions that I'm using for this particular exercise. And the last two, somebody read me the next one.
All right, solutions. How your business prescribes the cure to your core fanatic's pain.
And the last one.
For the third time, demographics, the personality traits of your core fanatic.
Perfect. So with these are the sections that we're going to use to create what this core fanatic is. So we're gonna do like a group exercise right now to build this particular person. So I'm gonna just take like little pieces of everybody, like, you know, just kind of shout out, you know, certain things when I go to certain prompts. And from this, you'll be able to kind of know how to answer these on your own time. So boom, this is where we'll tell the story and identify who our brand is for, what keeps them up at night, problems they're looking to solve in their life, common interests of their core fanatic, what movies and TV shows they watch, what triggers their nostalgia, identifying different languages and references that they may understand, and creating a living and breathing persona that we then will serve. So I want you guys to kind of get in the mind of who you want your ideal client to be, right? And we're just gonna take pieces of everybody's in different like sections, and we're just gonna like write them down. I want you guys to kind of go over this again and like do this for your particular brand, like all the way, but I'm just gonna take pieces. So this is the first one. Pain points. What I want you guys to kind of do is kind of like create like freestyle, like create a storyline for this particular person, right? Like what's their story? What explains the top 5 things that they're currently struggling with? What do they really desire? What do they want out of life? And why can't they get what they want out of life? What stresses them out the most? So let's go with Scott. Let's do you first. So when it comes to pain points, right? I want you to kind of talk through and think about your like an ideal client. Like I know we're building it out right now, but like as it is right now, who you think this person is, what's their story? Like what are like some like the 5 things that they're struggling with? Like literally go through like all of these questions, and I'll write down some of the stuff that I can catch, and then we'll go to the next one.
Let me see my ideal client. Say what's their story? I would say a 25 32-year-old couple looking to get married. They've been together.
So one is 25, one is 32.
I'm saying in between those.
All right,
two.
pick one. Pick an
say,
actual age.
Yeah, 26 female getting married. She's been engaged 2 years. Been with her soon to be husband for 4 years. What are the things they're currently struggling with? Not knowing, I guess the background of weddings, how they go behind the scenes. So how to find a DJ, where to find a DJ, what a DJ requires, what they help with, what they don't do. What do they really desire? I mean, it's their big day. They want it to go as smooth as possible, but they want everybody to have fun.
Mm-hmm.
What do they want out of life? I don't know, to have a fantastic life, marriage, kids, big house, big family. Why can't they get what they want out of life?
So like, yeah, like, and this could be like, and not necessarily when they say like, what do they want out of life?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have to be necessarily centered around their like the wedding part. Like this could be like career wise, family wise.
Yeah, that's where my
they're working towards.
It's they so here's my thing. I would just put it like this: like we're growing up in the area in the era where we live paycheck to paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the struggles that I think like 90% of Americans, maybe more, deal with. So how can they afford to have the best wedding or the best life that they want, that they imagine, or that they imagine for themselves? If they can't even get through, they can't even afford the wedding. They don't know how much a DJ is. They don't know how much a photographer is, the venue, all that stuff. They just trying to get to the next paycheck. Will stress out the most. That's that very same thing. Affording the lifestyle that they I guess imagine for themselves. Finances.
And why aren't their finances where they want it to be in the moment?
I mean, you can blame it on anything. You can say COVID is the reason. They lost their mom during COVID, so they had to use their life savings on the funeral or something. I don't know. They got fired during COVID. Had to use their savings for paying bills. But if you want to go back to, I guess, before COVID, they weren't taught how to budget correctly. Give money, spend money.
Cool. And as we build in, this particular person as well, you don't have to. No, that was right. That was right, Google. We don't have to like continue like as I'm like popcorning. Like think about your particular ideal client, and then I'm gonna just put like Phil right here, and then from there we'll just add on to it based off of you guys' like scenario that we building. So this is the next section, story. So yeah, so like what is this person's story? Where are they from? How old are they? Tell me a little bit about their upbringing. Tell me, how they were in middle and high school. Did they go to college? What career path did they choose, or which career path chose them? Because sometimes certain things happen in life where you get steered a certain way. So like instead of going to college, maybe you had a baby or something like that, so you had to go straight into the workforce, and that derailed like your whole plans to doing something different. And do they feel like they're ahead of schedule or behind it? So when it comes to this person, thinking about your particular ideal client or your particular person that you want to work with, let's go with let me see who's still in here. Let's see. Let's pick on Joseph.
Yo. All
yeah,
right.
like yeah. Let's see if we can, think about your business, think about who you want to work with, and think about this person. Like, what's their story? Like, where they from and all this.
Oh man. So I mean, it really could range, but I would say the average, ideal client for me might be a person that has, they may not have a lot of formal education or may have some education, but they're looking to kind of spill more into entrepreneurship because they have a skill and they want to take that skill and expand on it, but they don't really understand all the tenets of business, right? And in particular, things like understanding taxes or what's the right entity for them, or like, how to position their business, to get capital, or just really systematize in a way that, it's a true business, right? And you know, if I look back, it tend to be people like you and I, man, might come from inner cities, urban backgrounds, and trying to make sure they understand things and, very professional ways, but, they might have come from inner cities, um, but got out and, went to college or, got a certain level of education, but is trying to get that other form of education that college doesn't necessarily give you, right? As far as really
Absolutely.
understanding business. Even from a career path perspective, man, it could vary, man. I get a number of people who, even if they started on a certain career path, they're looking for a way out of that career path, right? And
Right.
trying to take, like I said, some skill or an idea and either take skills from the career that they're in or build a bridge out of the career they're in into something else, so it can create some freedom for them. And
Absolutely.
then your next one's
Yeah. So like, if we were to get, if we were to get like super dialed in, right? Like, what city would it be from?
Man, so because of a friend of mine, I've been getting a lot of potential business from people in LA, Los Angeles. I got my best friend from college, man, has been plugging me to like one person after the next, to provide business to. So, I'll say that.
Okay. And how old are they?
Man, a lot of these people have been, let's give them, right at the 30 mark. Somewhere late 20s, right at early 30, like 30 mark.
And well, I know it's kind of hard to say like what middle and high school did they go to, but did they go to high school in Los Angeles as well, or did they move out there?
Man, let me think. So in these cases, a lot of the instances, people are have been transplants to the LA space. So they might have went to school. Like for example, it's one girl that my friend connected me to, that she's originally from DC, but she moved out to LA and is trying to build her business because she has her own boutique and trying to get her personal life to, well, first off, trying to understand business more, but trying to get her personal life in order to better support her business, and then trying to, you know, get her business life in order so it can expand, so she can have more resources and bring in more income and be able to manage as you bring income, like things like taxes and all that type of stuff, So
Right. That's pretty cool. And if you were to, like, let's say this person, just for the sake of familiarity, and you from Atlanta, right?
Yep.
Yeah, let's say this person is from Atlanta. They just moved out there to Atlanta. So I mean, moved out there to LA. So
Yep.
like, if they're from there, what middle and high school would they have went to out here?
Oh, if they're from Atlanta, man, I'm gonna give them where I went to. So I went to Chapel Hill Middle School, right? If they went to Chapel Hill and then went to like Southwest DeKalb High School,
I ain't mad at stuff. We were just talking about them yesterday.
Yeah.
And the reason why this is important, right, is like this particular, because this could be information that we can take from experience. So like, for instance, it's a totally different culture, and it means something totally different if you went to Southwest DeKalb versus Stevenson.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now when you're making certain references, when you speaking to certain people, like my bro Split, for example, when he went to college, he pledged in a frat. So
Yeah.
like now, like pulling from that experience, that could be a whole nother marketing tool to talk to one particular person, you know, that he can help, that pledge alpha or pledge this or pledge that or whatever the case may be, based off of his own experience, because he knows how to connect those particular dots. He can use that as leverage because he went through that process himself. So
Yeah, it's like common exposures creating a basis of rapport.
right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna say Southwest DeKalb and grew up. And what city is around those?
Oh, that's Decatur, man.
Got you. Yeah, I'm not from here, but I know where Decatur is. But you know, when it comes to navigating, figuring things out, yeah. But that was good. All right, cool. And we kind of talked about already, you know, what career path did they choose. They did a little bit of school. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it in there. They did a little bit of school. Didn't quite finish, but is looking to start their own business. Like we were saying, and become a full-time entrepreneur. I always mess this word up. Yeah, fix it. What type of business would this person be opening up?
Yeah, in this case, the person that came to mind, she was opening up a boutique, like a clothing boutique.
Okay, and is that something that, like, when it comes to, you know, what you do? So for people that don't know, tell people a little bit about, you know, what you do real quick, just so they know and have a little context.
Oh yeah, man. So man, how can I condense this? So ever since I was young, I was really interested in business. So I got the idea that if I went to school for accounting, I could learn the laws of government money and taxes and get into industry and leverage it and exploit the tax code while I'm doing any business, right? So I began to do that for myself. And people that have gotten to know me kind of know me to be somebody that understands business and in particular understand taxes and how to teach people how to like have a culture personally and in their business to maximize and exploit taxes, right? Through your business, right? So, you know, my best friend from college, as he made connections and has friends that are trying to do entrepreneurial stuff, he's always like, oh man, you got to connect to my dude Joe, because he can help you know how to put your business structures in place, have the right entity, develop the culture it takes to really managing your business to be profitable. And you know, and from a tax perspective, it's a culture, you know, because it has to be integrated into your day, your everyday, right? So he'll always be like, oh yeah, connect to my dude Joe. So this particular girl, you know, who came to mind, you know, connected to me, and you know, we went from her personal life, you know, her personal finances, personal credit, you know, her personal stuff being ordered, and scaled it into her business, because it becomes kind of like the foundations you have to build your business on. For example, like if your business isn't positioned to have credit, most institutions are going to use you as a personal guarantor to your business, right? So, you know, having your personal credit intact is important to begin to build the business for your the credit for your business, stuff like that, right? I begin to like walk her through all of these nuances and all that, man. So, you know, that's kind of what I do, man. Help people put their business entities together and then understand the tax game as they're doing it, and how to profit in that way.
Absolutely. So like when it comes to, that ideal, and when I mean like this is like your dream client, right? Um, would it be like you working with, people who are looking to start boutiques, or is it just startup businesses, or like how would you, I guess, as we're developing this, right? What would be kind of like a niche or something where, I'm helping these group of people that need me most?
Yeah, that's interesting. I don't know that there's been like one core industry.
Hmm.
How I learned the tax game myself, I applied it to media businesses, right? You
Hmm.
know, photography, videography, music production, all that type of stuff. So I can tell somebody the whole game on that, right?
Hmm.
But that was my personal test dummy to like maximize the tax code myself as I jumped into corporate America and ran my own business on the side. But after proving my ideas and concepts, strategies, just take those learnings and teach it to other people. But it's kind of industry agnostic, man. So my ideal client is somebody who like they do have a skill or a product. They really want to learn and understand. And you got some people when it pertains to like taxes and the other things related to it, like business credit and all these different things. They just want somebody to do it for them.
Hmm.
I'm much better like clients that want to understand themselves. It's just like taxes. You got some people that say, hey, man, I'm just going to give you my documentation, man. Just do my taxes and give me some money back. I don't
Hmm.
really like those clients as much. I like people who they're really trying to learn and understand it because, in my opinion, once again, it's a culture that ideally you should be executing all through your year, so you kind of know where you're going to land when it gets to tax season, as opposed to you just doing whatever all year and you're just hoping somebody's going to do some magic, right?
Clean it up for you.
Clean it
Yeah,
up. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. You're not doing. You don't got clean books. You haven't been, preparing for this all year. Like it's just something that you scrambling because you see deadlines coming up. Like
That's
those not the
right.
clients that you want. Got
That's
you.
right. And even if they aren't already that way, I want a client who has the mindset and they're open-minded to embrace the culture that will land them to the place of now you got your clean books, you're managing your credit well, you're keeping record of your transactions. When you go out, oh man, even if I go out with my guy Pack, if we start talking about business, this is a business, dinner. I'm gonna put it on my business account. I'm gonna keep the receipt. I'm gonna have a business account in the first place. I don't got everybody cash apping me, saying I'm a business, but I'm being cash app. No, I have a legitimate business account with a tax ID. I got all the stuff in place, right?
Yep.
Having
We
clients
were
that
just talking about that last week, if I'm not mistaken. Either that, or I had a conversation with either A or my boy Q.
yeah.
Just being like legitimate, like
Mhm.
doing business for real. Not just doing stuff under the table for so long, because people say like, yo, like I'm an entrepreneur, like I got a business, but you don't got a business account, you don't got an LLC, you don't
Right.
got the right entities that actually live and breathe and move like an actual business. Like we still doing, there's nothing wrong with Cash App to
Yeah.
a degree, but where your QuickBooks at, if
Yeah.
you got a Stripe or whatever, like setting those things up. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
it sounds
levels
like
to
to me.
things. Yeah. It's levels of things. It's like you got to hustle. And then you go
Hmm.
from a hustle to being self-employed, and then you go from
Hmm.
self-employed to having a true business. And those are
Right.
all different levels, So what you're saying, yeah.
So now, like, and we talked about identity last week. Like by knowing like what you just said, like I don't want to just do taxes for people in the sense of I'm just doing returns. Like no, like I want to partner up with people who want to learn the process, and you can mentor and coach them through the
Mhm.
whole process of how to bookkeep and do all this thing. Now you know what type of clients you're looking for, and this is what the process of figuring that out too. Whether you have a boutique, whether you have a media company, whether you're an artist, you're a rapper, you're a DJ, um, producer, whatever the case may be. This right here it's something where you'd be able to not only relate to them and talk to them directly, but you'll be able to kind of get real clarity on who this person is. So this is the last section right here. I'm gonna pick somebody else. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put Joe over here. I'm gonna pick somebody else. So and now that I'm thinking about it too, you might get. I'll go through the first section. I go through the first section right here, and then we'll stop, and then we'll just pick up for next week. But or Wednesday. My bad. I might have to do a part 3 to this. But solutions, right? How can your brand help solve their pain? How can you ease or eliminate their pain? How can you fulfill their desire? How can you help them gain certainty and help in their progression? What is the prescription that you'll solve their biggest problem? So let me see who Split. Where you at? Oh, he gone.
Sure, I can answer.
All right, bet. Let's go, A.
So we just referring to my actual brand, right?
Yeah, this could be because you got a few different angles, right? But just do the one that you feel like you can answer this the easiest.
Yeah. How can your brand solve their pain? Well, because one of the things I do, which is music production, I utilize Music Manifest to help clients gain clarity on their identity for their businesses, or for a theme song that they need for their vlog series or something like that, or just even background music. It kind of just throws it helps that person who's trying to start whatever it is have a voice, or it will help strengthen their voice for what it is they're trying to sell or get people to watch. So I say, see, how can you? Yeah, so pretty much, because people are auditory just as much as they're visual. So it sometimes it's very important to have that right sound to package your presentation to the world.
Right. Yeah. Package helping these clients, right, don't know how to package up and present their offers to the world. So Music Manifest helps their clients to quickly be identifiable. I don't know if I spelled that right. Look at me spelling right. Because y'all know I cannot spell, bro.
I ain't trying to.
Through music production and catchy. There you go. Told you I can't spell. Catchy and memorable theme songs for their brand. So like the best way I kind of think about this is like when we talk about TV shows, especially like sitcoms, like you think about the Martin theme song, you think about Fresh Prince, you think about Full House, you think about what's some other shows?
Wayne's bro. You said Wayne brother?
Yeah, Wayne's Bros. That's another one.
All the power shows, man.
Yeah, Power. Yeah, Power. Yeah, like that's how people like as soon as they hear that that what's Joe singing on that power, like you know what's coming on.
Mm-hmm.
Like it already gets you in the mode, in the feel of like
football, the theme songs, sports theme songs.
Right, even that, like Monday Night Football or ESPN or dun, 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 dun. Like those particular things is so important because it not only creates that, even if you just listening to it, you already got the visual that goes with it. Like it's embedded in us. And by creating these musical markers, it allows more and more brands to stand out in the crowd, because like when I hear that sound or I hear that beat or I hear that theme, that intro, like boom, like now I'm easily identifiable, like what a logo is to a brand.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so that's the biggest solution. The next thing we're gonna do too is we're just gonna do this section right here. We kind of talked about it a little bit, and we could pull from here, pull from the other stuff that we did, but we're just gonna do this section right here, and we gonna end it here because I got like more stuff like demographics, personal and family, right? Then we got the career questions. Then we got just regular interests, and then we got core values and stuff as well. So like we really gonna get to know who this person is, and not only that, but we also are going to be able to create this new persona, create an Instagram for this person. So like we know how this person talk, we know how we know about this person mama, we know about this person if they got a baby daddy or a baby mama, we gonna know how many kids they got, we gonna know what their kid's name and all of this stuff, because it's super important to identify who we're targeting. Once we had this one person in this picture and we create this Instagram and they like to listen to these podcasts and they watch these particular movies and stuff like that, we know what experiences to pull from. So like if they favorite albums is let's say Illmatic, let's say Reasonable Doubt, The Blueprint, Black Album, let's say College Dropout, let's say what's Cameron's one of Cameron's album, Ace?
Killer Season.
Yeah, Killer Season.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like you already, like I know like y'all already are picturing what this person would feel like what this person would look like, what clothes they wearing. You know what I'm saying? They got the butters. They wear they got the Yankee fitted. They got on the bubble coat.
Dang.
So now like even with like, let's say you're making a reel, right? You're making a reel and you want to talk to this particular person, you already know what songs to put in the back.
Mm-hmm.
You already know like how to talk to them. Yo, what's up, B? Like, what up, son? Like, like you already know how to communicate with them. And it just makes it so much easier. Okay, like what like who are they following? What podcasts they listening to? All these different things. So this is like it's going to make everything so much easier, because when we start to get down into like developing the offer, developing what I call the signature offer, and when it comes to like you already know what their problems are, you already know what the pain points are, you already know how you thinking about solving these problems with your brand or with your business. So yeah, matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna do. We're not gonna go through this section right here, but what I do is I'm gonna give you guys like access. Well, I already gave you guys access, but make sure everybody like get a copy of this, make their own copy. And I want to know, like, especially you, Scott, by Wednesday, I want you to at least have I'm gonna delete the stuff that you don't need.
All right.
Yeah, and we just gonna focus on the personal and family, and then we also gonna finish, these things too. But for everybody else, the same thing, because I'm interested in this part right here, at least that first part. And we gonna create this particular person, like, and when I even here, like, we gonna go on Google. We gonna type in what this person look like black man or black woman or white woman or Mexican woman or whatever the case may be. We gonna pick a picture so we can look at this person, and then later on, when we create their Instagram profile, we gonna create an avatar for that person that looks, similar to the one that we chose, and it'll give us more opportunities to kind of, make changes and stuff like that too, kind of like how my Instagram is. But yeah, so that's gonna be my homework for you guys, for those, that want to dive into this concept with me. Feel free. If anybody, for sure, if you guys want to like continue on this process, let me know. We can get you, locked in. But this is something I feel like this will be like super valuable to you guys. So because I know, like, I'm going through the same process myself. So on Wednesday, we can kind of like go back and forth and share what we had, and then we can finish out the other stuff. And outside of that, for the rest of the program, we're going to be digging into discovery, like what the brand means, what's the essence of the brand. We're going to have a brand value activity that's going to be super dope. We're gonna create our brand statements, mission and vision statements and stuff as well. So we had the essence of the brand, because that's the biggest thing, the identity. Those are the two things that kind of, play hand in hand with each other. And then we're gonna build that signature offer. So after that, it's gonna be on and popping. And from there, we're gonna develop the look and feel of the brand and stuff like that, so we know how to present it. So yeah, this is literally week track number 2, week 2 of the program, and this is the first part of the core Fanatic. So I'm gonna go ahead and make a copy myself so I can edit this one that y'all see, and I'm gonna delete the other stuff so y'all don't get confused on what to do. Because that Dream 100, is a beast too. Like, that Dream 100 gonna get you even closer. Like, we're gonna come back to that on the marketing space, like, so we know what pockets of like what pockets, like, they hide at, you know what I'm saying, what they be watching, and what where to market to, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, for sure, Scott, make sure you like make a copy, and I want you to go over the pain points again. Tighten this on up, give it a little bit more thought, fix that on up, and then I want you to definitely get into the story of who this person is. Like, this is just your example, but I want you to do your own version of that, and also the solutions as well, and finish up the demographics. Everybody else, you're free to do the same. Just make sure you do exactly what I did. Make a copy, then you can make your own edits on here as well. And I love to hear your feedback on this too, because I feel like just this alone is going to be able to bring so much clarity and focus on who we actually talking to. So it's not like you just making stuff just to make stuff anymore, if that makes sense. Right. So yeah, what you guys think? So yeah, give me some feedback about this particular session and some of the things that I kind of presented today. Did this help? Was this good?
It gave me a good direction, man. It gave my mind going, my gears going, thinking about this core Fanatic that I'm trying to, like, I got it in my mind, but I haven't written it down. I don't know the questions to ask myself. So with you having those ideas and those questions written down, I can I guess elaborate on it and write it down. That way I can, change a word if I need to, or if I think about it deeper, then get it right.
Right.
So that way I know exactly who I want to target whenever I'm putting out my branding, my marketing, and promotions, all that stuff. It work better.
Yeah, right. Because like for instance, like for you, right? If you want to target like women that are about to get married and you want to focus in on like weddings, right? Mm-hmm. It's certain language that you can speak to women that would be different from if you were speaking to the fellas. So like for instance, say, hey sis, or right. Hey friend, or like you could, like when you making like certain, even like for offers, like I had a couple ideas for you too. I'll give you a couple of these too. Like this is one thing I was thinking of, like for a DJ experience. It's certain things that you can brand as a DJ, as a DJ Mayham, that you can offer to other people that other people won't be able to do the same thing as you. So one of the things I was thinking about was having like a DJ Mayhem line dance challenge.
Mm-hmm.
You could call it something else.
Yeah.
But it's literally like a set, and like when you go out there and you do these weddings, like it also comes with like somebody to record, and it's just recording. It's not recording the it's literally recording the party,
right,
and having a good time and stuff. And one of the things that you'll always record is your set when people are doing like these group of line dance that you'll do like together. So like when people book Mayhem, you gotta do the busybody. You gotta do the
he gonna be recording, putting it up on his IG because he do it every week.
You know what I'm saying? But it's the exact same experience, like the way that you present it. Like you got the light show going on at the same time. Like it's a lot of stuff that you can do where it's like, oh, like we gotta have that at our wedding.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So that I was thinking about it. I was like, yeah, let me drop this one on them. But for sure. Yeah, I got plenty of ideas. I got you. I've been thinking about that one for a couple of days. But yeah, Mark, you there? I know you say he'd be right back.
Damn it.
I don't know, Mark chilling. I don't know. But hey, what you think? What you think about some of the stuff you saw?
I mean, it's definitely extremely helpful, especially for people who most people starting their hustles and they come out just fist swinging everywhere, like no real particular target. I know I was guilty of that on several levels. So, that's very helpful to sit down and really break it down. Like, okay, who am I talking to? Because sometimes
who you want to talk to, even a better question.
Right. Because because a lot of that stuff I learned through trial and error, that language matters, and yeah, it's really like you're mastering psychology. This is how you master psychology, like the psyche, just understanding how to pull or sway certain things in a way. It's an art. So this is very helpful to kind of help break into that, and it's like a good starter kit to getting yourself like a foundation at least. So
for sure, I 100% agree with that, because yeah, like it's one thing to say like niche down, right? And it's one thing to say like pick an industry to tackle, but it's another thing to say like, yo, like I want to talk to people like hey, I got this dope producer I'm gonna put you on that does like these live streams, and he's kind of like we kind of getting into it like a space now too, where like there are like producers that do shows, but they kind of like DJ-ish too. like they do sets, like they just play all of their music and stuff, and it's like super dope how they promote it. But it's this dude named Stolen Drums, fire, bro.
Stolen
Oh
Drum.
yeah, Stolen Drums on YouTube, bruh.
Okay.
Crazy, bro. Like I'm gonna send you a link, but let's say like that's your thing. Like your thing is like when it comes to Stolen Drums, like he does like these cinematic videos of him like in the studio just playing his music for hours, and people watch it because it's entertaining. But only beats that he does is like boom bap type beats, but he's like a mix of like Dilla and like
Yeah, I know what you're
uh,
talking about
yeah, like Knowledge and that type of wave. So like yo, like I make these type of beats. Like this is my thing, you know what I'm saying? And the person that I'm, making this for is particular listener of music or whatever the case may be. So that'd be super, super, like it's one thing to say like I do hip hop, but if I pick this, this is what people know me by, this sound. Even with Joe too, like he was talking about he was talking about only wanting to work with a certain type of entrepreneur, one that he can coach and mentor. So like maybe instead of him selling a service, he really need to be selling coaching and mentorship to help them maintain their business, they start up businesses.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like this would be able to help all of you guys kind of focus down and get more clarity on who we want to target versus like who we're talking to, because that's one thing. Like, but who we want to target, who we want to talk to, that's a whole different thing. Like you get I get to pick. Because people don't approach business like that. It's just more so like I get what whoever can pay me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Any feedback, any other feedback you got, Joe or Mark?
Yeah, I just say, man, you actually just hit it on the head what you just said with mine, but I'm pretty sure the session you did right before this, you laid some foundations, but I think I picked up on some of the concepts that might have been put out there prior to this session. Yeah, man, I think what I really took away from this is just so in my life I've done quite a bit of sales.
Mm-hmm.
And and there's a whole psychology to sales. Absolutely. And there's this concept in sales that says like telling is not selling, meaning like if you're just trying to put the emphasis on the product and tell people about the product and you know nothing about the customer and you don't really get inside of the customer's head and do a quick discovery on them, and you got to be fast at it too to kind of get inside the system of that person's thinking, you're not going to do well. But if you're the type of person that you can quickly understand your customer, build rapport with them, and figure out what motivates them, and then marry your product to what motivates that person, you can sell them, right? This to me parallels that, meaning like the more the demographic, the background, the psychology, the language, the culture of the customer, your target audience, the more you can, in a like tailored way, position your product, structure your product, communicate your product, position your product for them to get buy-in to it. It's what I hear you kind of pushing us towards it with this, so
Absolutely. And one thing that I've learned too is I forget who said this, whether it was like Russell Brunson, maybe it was Marquell Russell, but basically what I was told and what I believe as well is desire doesn't have to be created, it's already there.
Yeah.
So by understanding, who our ideal client is and what their problems and struggles and the things that they desire, we can always recommunicate our products and services and stuff in order to help them reach that desire with what we offer as well. Like it's always like people always want to, progress and figure, something out in whatever path. Because one thing that Mike Barron, he said this too, you're really selling certainty. Like whatever product you're selling, you're not really selling a product, you're selling the certainty that you'll help them get through whatever desire that they want to get, that they want to achieve. So by doing this, it's like the first step of figuring that part out, by knowing who you want to talk to. So
yeah, I think even in the things you laid out, like emphasizing the person's pain point. Like I heard somebody say that you'll make money at the rate that you solve problems, So it's like, if you really clearly know how your product is solving someone's product, the more consistently and efficiently you do that, the more money you'll make, right? So, asking these essential questions are pivotal. So, I definitely feel like, this is pointing in the right direction.
Appreciate it. Yeah, that was some good gems. I don't know if Mark, you there? Boy, Mark, he's stuck. But yeah, no, I appreciate y'all for dropping in. Yeah, this is literally like the bulk of, well, I don't even say the bulk, but the first piece of the actual content for the actual brand, like an artist program. The other two were just onboarding, letting people know what it is, and the second one was more mindset stuff. But yeah, I'm happy this is able to help you guys get closer to you guys' goals and in your respective businesses and things of that nature. And another thing too, this is how I know I'm getting closer as well. Is sure, like I definitely sent the invite to a couple of the ladies and stuff too, but it's fellas in here, and not only that, but we are brothers too. So I know I'm I'm definitely trending in the right direction, because I feel like we got some work to do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we society is the way that it is right now is because we haven't stepped up and taken control of it yet. So when it comes to building families, when it comes to building wealth, when it comes to actually knowing what our net worth is, actually, having a positive net worth and all of these different things, entrepreneurship to me is one of the tools that you could definitely use to get there. Sure, there's other ways to do that with investing and stuff like that too. But I think entrepreneurship gives you an opportunity to not only self-develop yourself, but you have to become a better version of yourself if you want to be successful just in general when it comes to this space. Like you just can't, just show up and get a raise. Like you're gonna have to be challenged. You're gonna have to do things that you've never done before. You're gonna have to take risks. You're gonna have to invest in yourself. You're gonna have to do the small things, like show up to work early, not on time, but early. If you got a 9 to 5, you're gonna have to learn how to build, relationships and follow up game and go about things the right way and all of these different things. So, yeah, this is, session 3 of the program. We'll start back up on Wednesday again at 8:30, and I look forward to seeing you guys, what some of you guys' results are when it comes to building out that first piece that we talked about in here, in this Google. Make sure you get this Google document and save a copy so you guys can fill this thing out for yourselves. And if y'all interested in finishing up the program with me and Scott, let me know. We'll tap in.
Locked in, bro.
Yes, sir. So did anybody else have anything they want to add before we close out?
Nah, man. I don't.
Cool. Well, I appreciate y'all stopping in, and yeah, we'll I'll keep all of you guys are pretty close with you guys, and we about to link, me and Joe about to link up soon. So yeah, look forward to hearing from y'all, and happy that y'all was able to drop in. Hope this help you guys. So,
bro. Next time.
Absolutely. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I guess we'll see y'all next time.
All right, peace.
On my way.